Welcome to Agam's lecture series, a series of lectures designed to bring learning to the comfort of your homes. Today we are continuing our discussion of the subject pest and pest control, and the topic of discussion today is pest control methods. Pest control methods, part 2. I still remember our lecturer Agama, part 2. There are 6 pest control methods in use globally. Each control method is used by a country, a nation, a state, a farmer, depending on the peculiarities of the pest he wants to control. We are going to take them one after the other, starting with physical or mechanical control method. Physical or what? Mechanical. This is used when the pest population is low and laborious. When the pest population is what? Low and laborious in control. The aim of physical method is to prevent the pest from being established or from attacking, to reduce the actions or activities or impact of the pest, and to correct the infestations that has been done. So the modality of mechanical is to either to prevent or to reduce or to do what? To correct. How do you achieve mechanical control of pests? Some do hand picking. You see the pests, because they are free population, you pick them out. Hand picking. Some use burning. Like when farmers in Africa and the savannah burn bushes before planting, it's to kill some of the pests. Bush burning before farming. Some can set traps. Yes, you can set traps to catch grass cutter, to catch rodents. Use of traps. Some can use mechanical barriers. You build a mechanical barrier to prevent the rodent from entering your farm. These are mechanical barriers. Then you use screens. You can screen the farm. You can see where you plant some gardens. You use more net to screen it so that snails do not enter, mollusks do not enter to damage your crop. Screens. Then you can have sticky pads, even in your house, to catch some rats. You put some sticky pads so that when rat march on it, it will gum to the limbs so they cannot move. Sticky pads. You can also use ditches. You dig a hole, cover it with a leaf. A big animal walks on the leaf and falls into the hole, and you catch it. All these are what? Mechanical methods. Remember, in the night, you do clap in the night in an attempt to kill mosquito as a pest. Some use brooms. These are all what? Mechanical methods of pest control. Now, we look at cultural method. 2. Cultural method. These involve changes and modifications of crop production techniques. Changes and what? Modifications of what? Crop production techniques to make environmental condition unfavorable to the pest. To make the what? Environmental condition unfavorable so that the pest will not do what? Survive. And when you are doing that, you are trying to increase the yield of the crops and suppress the pest population so that they don't get established, they don't explode in population. This technique favors growth of the plants but hinders pest survival. So you achieve 2 things. You promote the growth of the plant and you hinder pest what? Survival. Fine. This cultural method can be achieved through the following measures. It can be achieved through the following control measures. 1. Adoption of crop rotation. Yes. It's a method of you plant vegetable here, plant okra this place, plant maize the other land, plant yam the other land. In the next year, you will shift them. This one moves to one, this one moves, so that no single plant remains in the same land year after year. So that any pest established will not continue. That is what crop rotation. You are rotating the crops among your plots. Crop rotation. Another method is change time of planting. Yes. Change the time. There are certain pests that survive in certain times of the year. So when you change the time of planting, it will affect their biological cycle, their reproductive cycle. Changing time of planting. Then burning or burying all crop remains after harvest. Yes, after harvesting your land, all those that remain that may have been affected by pests, you burn them or you do what? Bury them so that the pests will go. Then till your soil properly. Yes, if you till properly, you are helping to reduce pests. Then practice land fallow system, or what we call shifting cultivation. You plant on this land this year, you leave the land for 2-3 years before you come again and plant, so that the pests that are established there will die before you come back. That's bush fallow. Or some people, you can just do normal shifting cultivation. Then regular weeding. Yes, a lot of the weeds in your plant have their own pests. If you allow them, those pests can start attacking your own crops. So regular weeding. Remember, a weed is a plant that is growing where it is not wanted. So in that context, in your farm, a weed is a pest. Now, say again, good and adequate crop spacing. Yes, don't cluster your crops on the farm. Space them out. By spacing them out, you are reducing pest population. Then use heavy mulching. Mulching is when you plant, you have a mound and carry leaves to cover the top so that evaporation do not take place easily. Heavy mulching reduces pest population. Then plant resistant varieties. There are some varieties of plants and animals that are resistant to pests. Go and plant those ones. Don't use the ones that are susceptible to pests. Then finally, practice irrigation and right harvesting time. Irrigation and right harvesting. There are some plants when they mature, if you don't harvest them, you are giving room for pests to do infect them. Good harvesting time. That is when I go to the third method, biological method of pest control. Biological method. This is the use of the natural biological enemies, otherwise predators of the pest, to eat them up or kill them or to control them. It is the deliberate use of natural enemies of the pest to do check them. You use their natural enemies to do check them. Checking them means to check their growth and development, reduce their population. These natural enemies you are using to checkmate them, they can be local enemies or they can be imported, exotic. There's a time you go and import an animal to check. There's a time in India, certain rats became so much in population. They went and imported a special snake that take rat as their best food, and they came and ate up most of the rats. So that's an exotic method. But you can use your also local enemies you can find around. This technique can be achieved. Biological control technique can be achieved either by sex attraction. Yes, if the one you imported can attract the pest, when it's coming for them to mate as not, it will not kill it. Can do by sex attraction. Can be done by sterilization. When it has contact with the pest will no longer be able to reproduce. That is by sterilization. Another is by confusion. When the predator you have brought is such that the pest will think is his own friend and goes close to it and will destroy it by confusion. Fine. This biological control method has some effects. Biological control method has some effects. I remember when we talk effects, oftentimes the effects could be negative. One, the predator, otherwise that enemy you have imported, they may constitute another problem in the future. Yeah, because in India, when they imported the snakes, when the snakes ate up the rats, there was no rat. They started by eating people and eating chicken again. So now eliminated becomes another problem. So you can, by solving one problem, create another problem. Then, if you have imported the predator, you are increasing your cost of production if it's a farmer. Do you understand? And why you are farming is to raise more revenue. If you increase your cost of production, you won't make money. Then again, you might also import the pest, the predator. And the predator comes with another disease that is unknown to you, which comes to establish your farm. So it's because that other pathogens may develop as a result of that importation. That takes us to the fourth method of pest control, the chemical method. This is the most widely used. is the most what? Widely used. It is simply the use of chemicals to check pest infestation. The use of what? Chemicals to check pest is the most widely used and is more common. Fine. Some of these chemicals could be chlorinated hydrocarbons, they can be organic phosphates, they can be carbamates. Some things like that can be DDT or carbamyl. It is one of the most effective ways of controlling pests, though it has its own what? Effects. And some of these pollution of the environment, bioaccumulation and poisoning the organism, it has its own effect. Some of these pests can be grouped into the following: those that attack fungi, the fungicides; chemicals that attack bacteriocytes; chemicals that attack mollusks, molluscides; chemicals that attack insects, insecticides; chemicals that attack herbs, herbicides; chemicals that attack viruses, viricides; chemicals that attack nematicides. All these are different formulations of what? Chemicals. But the whole idea is to do what? Attack the what? Pest. But like the use of chemical, like we said, is the most widely used and is the most common, though it has its own what? Effects. The fifth one is the legislative control, using laws or edicts or legislations or bills or decrees made by government to, most of the times, is not to do prevent. You can make laws that foreign animals or foreign plants will not be brought. Those are legislations. The idea is to do what? Prevent entry or establishment of the foreign pest. Example, preventive laws like quarantine laws. You quarantine, say this organism should not be entered, for you to check the kind of disease they can, so that those diseases will not be established in your country. Those are quarantine laws. When you are doing that, you are using what? Legislative control of pests using what? Laws. Remember, during the army regime, these laws are called what? Decrees and edicts. During civilian regime, they are called what? Legislations or bills. But during ordinary office work, they can call what? Regulations. Rules are what? Regulations. I will give you an example of quarantine. Then finally, we have discussed the last one, which is a combination of 2 or 3 above, the integrated pest management system, which is the most modern, which is more preferred, which is makes for cleaner and more friendly what? Environment. Is for environmental protection and sustainability. Is the one that is most advocated. We have discussed it before. Thank you for listening to this lecture. If you are thrilled by listening, subscribe by clicking on the red subscribe button. In our subsequent lectures, we continue part 3 and part 4 of this lecture until we exhaust all we have in pest and pest control. Thank you and God bless you.